Did you know Africa minted its own coins centuries before Europe? Zeinab Badawi's monumental work, An African History of Africa, From the Dawn of Humanity to Independence, shatters conventional narratives and offers a sweeping, comprehensive look at the continent's rich and complex past. Today, we are diving deep into this groundbreaking book, exploring its key themes, uncovering lesser-known details, and examining its impact on how we understand Africa's place in global history. This isn't just another history book, it's a reclamation of a continent's story told through an African lens. Badawi, a Sudanese-British journalist, takes us on a journey spanning millennia, from the earliest hominids to the dawn of independence. The book, divided into 17 carefully structured chapters, meticulously examines the rise and fall of kingdoms, the influence of geography, the impact of religion, the beauty of African art and architecture, the horrors of enslavement, the legacy of European colonialism, and the triumphant struggles for independence. One of the most compelling aspects of Badawi's work is its emphasis on Africa as the cradle of humankind. Drawing on archaeological evidence from sites like Old Uwe Gorge in Tanzania, where early hominin fossils dating back 1.8 million years have been discovered, and Hato, Ethiopia, home to 160,000-year-old Homo sapiens remains, the book firmly establishes Africa as the birthplace of humanity. But the story doesn't stop there. Badawi meticulously chronicles the rise of powerful African civilizations, often overlooked or marginalized in Western historical accounts. We learn about Queen Amina of Zozo, a 16th-century warrior queen from present-day Nigeria, who expanded her kingdom through military might. We are introduced to Queen Zinga of Ndongo and Matamba, a 17th-century Angolan ruler who fiercely resisted Portuguese enslavement for decades, employing brilliant guerrilla tactics. The book sheds light on the sophisticated Swahili Coast city-states, such as Kilwa, which flourished between the 11th and 15th centuries. These vibrant trading centers boasted stunning coral stone mosques and palaces that rivaled European architecture of the time. And who could forget Mansa Musa, the 14th-century ruler of the Mali Empire, whose legendary pilgrimage to Mecca in 1324 involved so much gold, an estimated 18 tons, that he inadvertently crushed Cairo's economy. Badawi masterfully weaves together archaeological findings, oral traditions, and African scholarship to paint a vivid picture of these often forgotten achievements. One of the book's most significant contributions is its challenge to Eurocentric narratives that have long portrayed Africa as a dark continent devoid of civilization before European arrival. By highlighting the continent's rich pre-colonial history, Badawi dismantles these harmful stereotypes and reclaims Africa's agency in its own story. An African History of Africa reframes African history as a continuum of innovation and resilience, from the ancient wonders of Great Zimbabwe to the symbolic flag-raising ceremonies that marked the beginning of independence in countries like Ghana in 1957. The book doesn't shy away from exploring the darker chapters of African history, including the devastating impact of the transatlantic slave trade and the brutal realities of European colonialism. However, Badawi also emphasizes the resilience and resistance of African people in the face of these challenges. She highlights the countless acts of defiance, rebellion, and resistance that ultimately led to the dismantling of colonial empires. The book draws crucial connections between pre-colonial prosperity and contemporary issues facing Africa today. The resource extraction that fueled colonial exploitation continues to plague many African nations, echoing the atrocities committed in the Belgian Congo during the rubber boom. The struggles for independence that defined the 20th century continue to inform Pan-Africanism and the pursuit of a more unified and prosperous Africa, as embodied in the African Union's Agenda 2063. The book also explores the complex role of religion in African history, from the spread of Islam via trans-Saharan trade routes to the rise of modern extremist groups like Boko Haram in Nigeria. Badawi's analysis provides valuable insights into the historical roots of these contemporary challenges. An African History of Africa also addresses suppressed pre-colonial achievements, such as the Kingdom of Aksum, which minted Africa's first coins and converted to Christianity in the 4th century. These accomplishments have often been omitted or downplayed in Western historical texts. The book tackles the controversial issue of African involvement in the transatlantic slave trade, acknowledging the role of internal African actors while also emphasizing the devastating impact of the trade on the continent. The book, being comprehensive, can invite debate on scope. Some reviewers have noted Badawi's broad scope could potentially oversimplify regional diversity. Her Sudanese perspective emphasizes Northeast Africa, sparking critiques of Southern African underrepresentation. It revives suppressed narratives like the Songhai Empire's 16th-century fall to Moroccan invaders, erased in favor of Atlantic-focused histories. Zeinab Badawi's An African History of Africa is a remarkable achievement, offering a comprehensive and accessible account of the continent's rich and complex past. By centering African voices and perspectives, the book challenges Eurocentric narratives and reclaims Africa's agency in its own story. Whether you are a history enthusiast, a student of African studies, or simply someone who wants to learn more about this fascinating continent, this book is an essential read. It is a vital contribution to the ongoing effort to decolonize our understanding of history and to create a more just and equitable world. This book is a monumental effort to recenter the narrative of African history, placing it firmly in the hands of Africans themselves. It's a powerful reminder of the continent's resilience, innovation, and enduring legacy. It's a must-read for anyone seeking a deeper understanding of Africa's pivotal role in shaping world history. Ancient Map of Africa, Detailed Calligraphy, Faded Parchment Texture, Cinematic 8K.